Welcome to online class from Dhaka Secondary School, North Karachi. Assalamu alaikum students of class 7 in the online class of Social Studies. The first chapter which we are studying is Geography of the Muslim World, and I am your teacher Miss Uzma. Now, as you know that mostly Muslim countries are located in Asia, and when we study the physical map, we found that much of the Islamic world is on flat land but not at sea level. The highest mountain regions are Afghanistan and Pakistan, and they have Hindu Kush and Karakoram. Much of the Islamic world, particularly North Africa and Arabia, is relatively infertile, but Southeast Asia and parts of Africa have relatively rich in agriculture. Ethiopia, Yemen, Saudi Arabia, Eastern Turkey and Iran are highlands. Parts of the Islamic world, however, have immense mineral resources, especially oil in Saudi Arabia, Iraq, Iran and the Gulf states. In the book page number 3, you have map of national vegetation. So the first thing need to clear what is national vegetation and how it different from forest. National vegetation is the vegetation that grows on its own without any human interference, and a forest is a large area which have various species of trees. This is a physical map of national vegetation, and almost the same picture you have in the book page number 3. Below the picture, types of vegetation is mentioned. With the help of colors, you can easily understand the location of vegetation. Coniferous trees is any tree that produce its seeds in cones. Coniferous forests usually receive about 14 to 29.5 inches of rain per year. Adaptation. Most coniferae have needle-like leaves. The needle allow them to collect sunlight with the minimum amount of energy loss and can tolerate freezing and high temperature as well as high. Most coniferae are inedible to most species. The animals that are able to eat conifer leaves have to have specially adapted digestive systems to tolerate the chemicals in the leaves. The typical triangle conifer shape has also allows the tree to collect the shade snow without breaking. Examples of plants in a coniferous forest: columbines, balsam, fir trees, ferns, black spruce trees, poison ivy, larch trees, mushrooms, fireweed, blue spruce trees, giant sequoia trees, mosses, poison oak, and aspen trees. Animals found in coniferous forest are beaver, bald eagle, brown bear, coyote, ground squirrel, red-tailed hawk, black slug, snow leopard, black bear, spotted owl, earthworm, timber wolf, porcupine, bobcat, red fox, raccoon, and wolverine, etc. The temperate deciduous forest. The deciduous forest has trees that drop their leaves in the winter. You can find this forest in Canada, Eastern United States, Russia, Europe, China, and Japan. You find many broadleaf trees in this forest like oak trees, maple trees, and beech trees. When we talk about the animals, we can find here frogs, turtles, deers, raccoons, salamanders, opossums, foxes, and bears. When we talk about the category of the birds, we may find hawks, owls, and woodpeckers, etc. Deciduous forest has 4 seasons: winter, spring, summer, fall. The deciduous forest average around 50 inches of rainfall a year. Now enjoy the deciduous forest scene. Tropical dry forest. They are dry, deserted and dehydrated lands and grass. They are scattered. Abiotic factor. Generally warm year-round, alternating wet and dry seasons, rich soils subject to erosion, twigs and other things that aren't living like water. They are the producers of orchid, bromeliads, aloes, fungi and shrubs. We can find here many animals like hog deer, mountain lion, Tasmanian devil, coyote and spot-billed pelican. Tropical rainforests. They are famous for trees, rain, humidity and hot weather. Tropical rainforest is near the equator. In front of you, there are beautiful scenes from rainforest. Place with lot of plants, animals and insects. Now the topic is tundras. The first question should be raised in mind: what are tundras? Tundras are among the Earth's coldest, harshest biomes. These ecosystems are treeless regions with extreme cold and low rainfall. There are two different types of tundras, alpine and Arctic. Alpine tundra occurs on a mountain where trees cannot grow in the high altitude. There, the growing season is about 180 days. Mountain goats, sheep, marmots and birds feeds only low-lying plants and insects. Arctic tundra extends from the edge of the Arctic Ocean down to the coniferous forest of the taiga. Permafrost prevents trees from taking roots, but shrubs and other vegetations grow during the short summer, which ranges from 50 to 60 days. A variety of wildlife, including Arctic foxes, polar bears, and caribou, live in the Arctic tundra. Global warming is changing the Arctic tundra, and the changing tundra is contributing to global warming. The Arctic permafrost is deteriorating, which alters not only the landscape but also the plants and animals that can live there. In addition, permafrost contains about 14% of the Earth's carbon. So, as it melts, the carbon is released into the atmosphere, contributing to global warming. The deserts occurs 1/5 of the Earth's surface. Rainfall is less than 10 inch to 25 centimeters per year. Here we will discuss four types of forest. Hot and dry deserts have high temperature during summer because of low humidity to block the sun rays. The largest hot desert is the Sahara Desert. There are also semi-arid deserts. They are like hot deserts but less hot during the day and less cold during the night. They also have greater vegetation. Coastal deserts are found in cool to warm areas. In these deserts, winters are followed by long, warm summers. Some deserts are even cold, such as in the Antarctica. This has very little vegetation. Desert animals have adapted to the harsh condition so they can stay cool and use minimum levels of water. A camel, for example, can go days without food or water as they store fat in their humps. Rats, snakes, lizards and other animals are found in these deserts also. Plants manage to live in the desert condition. They survive by living without fresh water for long period of time. They have long roots and help them to absorb water deep underground and can have thick leaves to store it. To protect them from the animals eating them, plants such as cactus have spines and needles. Solve the given exercise carefully.